Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of February 21st through 27th of 2022. So let's see what your angels want to tell you this time. Cards are a little slow to come out, but that's okay. We'll just be patient and we will continue to shuffle and wait for the cards to come out. So let's just ask in the meantime if there's any pre-message, anything they want you to know kind of before the reading. And they're saying, I don't know, they're saying patience, take breaths, do due diligence. That's what they're saying. That things that you want to develop might take a little bit of time, but you need to check into it further, is what they're saying. So, okay, so don't go leaping in with both feet. Have some patience and let the full knowledge of all the nuances, everything be revealed. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's start with your reading here. So power, you have all this personal power, and it feels like you know it. This is not a surprise to you. This is like you're feeling very self-satisfied about that. Try not to let that be in a jerky way, Try not to be arrogant about it. But have the knowledge that you do have the power to affect your world and to change your world and to influence people and and to create exactly what you want and need in your world. You have that power. Nobody can take it from you. Even if other people have some power over you as well, because in the world, that is how it is. If you are an employee anywhere, then there's somebody else who has power over you. Everyone who has a local government, there is somebody who has power over you, right? As well as other levels, right? So there's always that, but don't forget how much power you personally have. You are not powerless. And like I said, it feels very much like you know this. You're sitting there going, yeah. So, without being arrogant about that, keep in mind that you can use your power in ways that you decide to. Okay. All right. And so there is I can't quite tell. I think it's both directions, or potentially both directions, or either direction. A peace offering is going to be offered to you, or that you will be offering to somebody else. This is, in a way, it's going to feel like to you like backpedaling, like backing down, things like that. It is not. It is not. It is a negotiation. It is a peace offering. It is a desire to be on the same page. It is a desire to come to agreement and to be able to continue to communicate with each other. At the moment, this communication has been cut off somehow. And so your goal is to establish that communication. I cannot speak for the other party. Sometimes they will give me that knowledge, but in this case, they're not giving me that knowledge. So there, it may feel a little bit like you backing down, kind of, but it's not completely that. Like you don't have to give up all your power. What you're doing is demonstrating how much power you have by being flexible. It's a give and take situation. There are so many nuances with all this. It's more than just two sides and all that stuff. So Be willing to be flexible with this, is how this feels. Okay, all right. Continue to keep your truth and integrity, though. Like anything that you do in this whole situation with this other person or a party or whatever, always make sure you are telling the absolute truth. Don't ever say something just because it's your opinion. Well, no, that came out wrong. Don't ever say something just because you think it could have or should have gone that way. Make sure it actually did go that way before you speak about it. Keep your integrity. Keep your highest knowledge of your own self intact. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to anybody else. Don't pretend that you're something you're not. Always act in accordance with your own highest self. And that keeps your integrity. No matter what happens, keep your truth and your integrity. Because that's all you've got in the end is your own self and your own integrity, your own power, right? That's all you've got is yourself. And if you don't have truth and integrity, you don't have anything. Okay, so your angels really need you to be diligent about this. And so now they're using that same word that in the kind of the pre-message, they said, do your due diligence and have patience. Let things, let the knowledge of things fully ripen within you before you act. Okay, all right. So, balance career and home life. There is a balance to be had. It feels like it's been out of balance lately. Not necessarily lately, although for some of you that's true. But there's been, at times, it goes out of balance. As long as you can always bring it back into balance, then you're doing fine, right? If you let, like for example, if you always work 16-hour days, and that's 6 or 7 days a week, and you do that year in and year out, that is definitely not in balance, right? You need to keep balance between home and career. You have to have equal time off from work to look after your home, to spend time with your family, to know who they are so that they know who you are, right? These are your people. They are never going to be less important than your career. Yes, of course, you have to go do your work life to earn the money to sustain the home and the household and all that stuff. But that should never take precedent over the relationships with your people in your home, right? So there's a balance there always to be had. And sometimes it's in favor of one, sometimes it's in favor of the other. It's all got to work out though. And so keep that in mind, okay? Now, you are always protected. Archangel Michael is with you. And so all you have to say is, Michael, can you be with me permanently? And please keep me and my family and our stuff protected all the time. And you do want to talk to him pretty much every day, right? And renew that protection. Thank him for all the protection that's gone on up until now. And that kind of keeps things on an even keel, keeps you protected, right? If you think back or if you know of it, times when things truly didn't go well for you, maybe you got injured or maybe, something didn't go good. I think you'll find those are the times that you were not in communication with your protection angels. Those are the times you'd been letting things slide and you hadn't been asking, you hadn't been, acting and working to be protected, right? Because you're an equal part of that. And so now you can, like I said, you can ask him to be with you permanently, but you still want to be talking to him and with him every day. and expressing your gratitude and asking. Okay. All right. But you are always protected. Like there, it feels like things are kind of in an upheaval in some ways in your life right now. And that you feel a little scared, a little vulnerable is more the best word maybe. And there's just no need really to feel that way, even though other people are unpredictable and you're not certain how things are going to go. Maybe companies are feel a little bit perilous right now, things like that, right? You're always looked after as long as you ask for the protection and express the gratitude for it. Okay, all right. So in this situation, focus upon your strengths. What are you really good at? And develop those things. Those are the things that you are naturally strong at. And so it doesn't take all that much work or effort on your part to get even better at them. And let communication be one of them, is what I'm just hearing. Let communication be one of your good strengths. And there now we're coming back to that truth and integrity that they talked about earlier. It's kind of like the center strength of the whole message this time. Truth and integrity. And focusing upon your strengths. Okay, all right. So here we have daily guidance cards, and we'll ask for one last bit of wisdom from your angels, one more piece of advice, and and we're asking for one more piece of wisdom. There it is. Thank you. A creative project. A creative project. So what is it that you are working on? It's something new. It's something that you're trying to figure out the details. Oh, and now we're back to this due diligence thing. Let all the knowledge of that come to you. Like definitely pursue it. Have a look at it. This creative project too, it feels like there's some little details that you weren't really aware of that you have to get to know first. You can't jump into oil painting just without not knowing anything about properties of oil paint, right? So any creative thing that you're doing, like, so this could be something artistic in that way, painting, sculpting, knitting, whatever it might be, right? Or it could be other things like creating a business idea, or, anything, just about anything. It could be stuff on paper. It could be writing. It could be, any number of creative things. Anything that you are coming up with, that you are creating from new in your personal life. It's not that it's never been done before. It's that you've never done it before. And that requires to get your juices flowing and thinking, right? So get working on that. All right. Well, Taurus, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much, and I love you, and I will see you next week.